you're even thinking about making a move to the beautiful Portland, Oregon area in the Southwest Washington, you're on the right track. You're almost to paradise, friends. So we're going to tell you how to get over that hump and assuage some of the fears that you have so you can actually do it like we did 25 years ago moving from the Midwest. So today we're going to cover the major roadways, neighborhoods, and other crucial factors in determining where you will want to live and where your family will fit best. If we clear the map and we take a look at the entire Portland metro area, so there are basically 6 official recorded quadrants. If we move clockwise around the city, northeast is here and southeast a little bit down below. Across the Willamette River to the southwest here, including the small but mighty south waterfront area, northwest down here, and then up to the north areas, and finally a quick bridge drive over the Columbia River to the southwest Washington area. This is the Willamette River, and that definitely divides the east side of Portland Metro with the west side of Portland Metro. In the Portland Metro and the people of the Portland, we revere the Willamette River as something more than just a divider. It's a place where a lot of things happen. It's almost like its own other subsection of town, right? So once a year we have the amazing Rose Festival, and on the Rose Festival, humongous warships from the U.S. Navy come in. They raise all the bridges, and these boats come in and block out the whole city skyline, and sailors come out and spill out and take their 5 days of leave. We think that's an amazing thing. And then also in the Rose Festival, they have cool like
dragon boat races
with just average people rowing their hearts off, to like try to win some prizes. Yep. Dar and I, one of the first things we did when we moved here, right? We went on a brunch cruise. So it's this cool modern riverboat that goes all the way up north and all the way down south. And while you're watching these amazing views, we're eating amazing brunch foods, maybe a little champagne. Kids are at home. Yeah, so that's how we kind of learned.
We brought the kids.
We did bring the kids.
Yes.
You're right.
They
one
were
time
babies.
We did. Yeah. Some other things people do at the Willamette River, they go biking. There's cool trails that go like 20 miles up and down the Willamette River. There's a Saturday market that kind of hugs the riverbank. There's crew rowing teams, like professional Olympic rowing teams, jet skis. Every time we drive by the Portland Metro, we look down and we see the Willamette River, and there's always something cool going on, right? We're like, oh, that's the season. Okay, well, it's jet ski season. Or there's a marina there where all the rich people have their big yachts. Hey, one of our other favorite things right along the Willamette River is the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry. Right there, it actually hangs off the river, and one of the features, one of the draws of OMSI, we say, is a retired Navy submarine called the U.S. Blueback. And it's something that we brought every one of our kids down there. They love to go through there. And it was actually featured in The Hunt for Red October. Did you know that? They actually filmed a lot of scenes on there. So it's a cool big submarine. It's kind of the last submarine before they went nuclear. But the favorite thing my kids love is the part of the tour where my kids say, hey, how long did the guys have to be on here? And they say, 90 to 180 days. And my kids start calculating like, ooh, what do they eat? Yeah. Remember? And they're like, well, we have good food. But hey, one thing, anytime you want to have ice cream, there's an ice cream maker here that the sailors can come and eat ice cream. And remember, our kids like, I want to be a submarine sailor because I get ice cream. Yeah, so free ice cream anytime you want on submarines. I didn't know that. Now you do.
Yeah.
You're holding it. Look at that. Tight. Snap tight. So we're going to talk about the southeast quadrant, one of 7 quadrants of the city. And as we said, the city is divided east and west by the Willamette River right here, but the east side of town is further divided into northeast and southeast by the East Burnside Street here, right here on the map. And if you zoom in on the map, you'll be able to see the roads below. Everything below Burnside is labeled as southeast. Everything north of Burnside is labeled as northeast. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. So close in, southeast Portland is one of the places that it's basically quintessential Portland. Part weird, part funky. Lots of cool energy, young people, bands, food, things going on all the time. It's kind of a celebratory atmosphere down there with bars, all kinds of things to do. But actually there's really so much more to the city, to the southeast side than that. Southeast Portland is home to many distinctive areas and atmospheres.
Absolutely.
There's the Foster Powell area.
Yeah.
It's a neighborhood. It's a diagonal main drag side of town here. You can see on the map. It's pedestrian friendly sidewalks. And then one of our favorites, Ladd's Addition here, this really cool thing that looks cool from above. Kind of a geodesic area, historic district from striking old Portland homes and unusual geometric street patterns. And so if we zoom, take a little step over here, here's Reed College, one of the most prestigious liberal arts colleges in the entire country. This is where you'll find surrounding elegant Tudor Gothic architecture and a tranquil 28-acre canyon. Hey, if nothing else, it's safe to say that this southeast quadrant is full of interesting places to take a stroll. Southeast Portland is vast, it's varied,
Yep.
and it's really something that you can't actually get your finger on because you drive like 10 blocks and it's different, right? So to the east, it reaches just past Powell Butte Nature Park, to the western edge of the suburbs of Gresham, and just past out there to Sandy and the Mount Hood villages if you keep going. To the south, it extends down to Selwood, Moreland neighborhoods bordered with the riverside town of Milwaukee. Then out just a little farther to Clackamas, Happy Valley, and Damascus. So southeast is where Dar and I go to catch a great new band or try out a new fusion restaurant. We shop and we people watch, and we watch the kitschy southeast Hawthorne areas and the Belmont streets. We catch a show at the Do Jump Theater, or we have a microbrew at McMiniman's Aladdin Theater. It's a probably amazing place. If we say we're going out tonight, we kind of go right to that area, right? Mm-hmm. It's kind of our go-to spot. So if we go down the road talking about our favorite Southeast venues, it'll take up the entire video, but we promise to do that in future videos because that's another reason why it's special here. So everybody talks about how great their favorite go-to place is in their city, right? But here it's different. Here we go to a new place and it's like walking into a museum. The topography, hanging off a cliff, looking at a river, the brick, the people, the music, the food. That's what's magical about Portland, is the uniqueness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since we're already over on the east side, let's stay on the east side. What do you think?
I like this side.
Let's go to the northeast. So, containing the Rose Garden basketball arenas, the Oregon Convention Center, Lloyd Center Mall, about to be demolished, the Alberta Arts District, and some of the city's most poorest and also most affluent neighborhoods. Portland's northeast quadrant is diverse, to say the least. Still within the city's epicenter, the inner parts of Northeast have slowly gentrified over the last half century, with more to come. That's foreshadowing. I'll talk a little more about that. A bit farther out in the Irvington, Laurelhurst, and Alameda neighborhoods, you'll find some of the largest, most historic brick, Victorian, Tudor-style homes in the entire city. Some amazing places there. Darn, I love to drive through there and marvel at the houses. So lined with many excellent and generally kind of affordable restaurants, bars, and galleries and boutiques, Alberta Street has become one of the trendiest neighborhoods in town. The Alberta neighborhood also has a bustling street art fair, usually in the summer months between 12th Street and 31st Street on every Thursday of the month. So near to downtown and Lloyd Center, containing the Oregon Convention Center, the Rose Garden where the Portland Trail Blazers play, it's sometimes a bit of a drab example of late 20th century gentrification and urban renewal, but the area serves a purpose. It's home to the bulk of the East Side restaurants and convention centers, and some say it lacks a little bit of the charm of the vibrant indie spirit of the other neighborhoods. Hey, but hold the phone. It was just announced this last week that Nike founder Phil Knight donated $400 million.
Wow.
He just donated that much money to further gentrify the Northeast areas. So they're kind of, people are expecting big things. He likes modern, he likes crisp. He wants to kind of transform that whole part of town into something kind of special. So I think that's a good place to invest, and pretty soon it's going to be a place where you and I talk about on videos and say, hey, look at this amazing new place, the Northeast is close in, right? So even today, no matter where you go in the Portland metro area, you find amazing music, food, wine, beer, and venues. And that's no different with the Northeast area along Alberta, Fremont, Williams, and other cool streets. So just a little side note, check out Dar's favorite McMiniman's Kennedy School brew pub and venue property. Yes, it was actually a school at one time with children, and it still showcases all their artwork and all the special things that they did. So it's a place that we go to have dinner, watch a movie, drink some beer, and also kind of check out the cool things the kids did there, right? Great property. So if you keep driving northeast out of the city, you'll eventually hit the cute Columbia Gorge suburbs of Fairview, Troutdale, then even farther out to Corbett and Hood River along I-84. And if you make it that far out to Hood River, please stop at the Free Brewery in Hood River. Amazing food, award-winning beer, views of the surfers and the windsurfers down on the mighty Columbia River. Great place. We can go anywhere you want. Where do you want to go next?
Southwest?
Southwest? That's a cool part of town. Yeah, okay, let's check it out.
All right.
Hey, so most visits to Portland do include some well-spent time downtown Portland. It's a bustling, walkable neighborhood with high concentration of hotels and shops, restaurants, bars, venues, attraction, including the Portland Art Museum, the Portlandia statue, Portland State University and the Park Blocks, beautiful part of town. And there's also a ton more that Southwest Portland has to offer. Goose Hollow neighborhood is known for old Portland architecture, tree-lined streets, and great spots to grab a bite or a beverage before catching a soccer game at Providence Park. Go Timbers.
Go Timbers.
So adorable Multnomah Village provides small town vibes, charming local businesses. Washington Park, another cool place, comprises a wealth of lovely green spaces, including places like the Oregon Zoo and the Japanese gardens as you kind of head southwest or out of town.
Yep.
So a lot of Portlanders link the South Portland waterfront area in this overall southwest quadrant, but that said, South area is a slim strip of land on the west side of the Willamette River, and it's one of Portland's newest quadrant areas. It's actually just become officially recognized as the 6th quadrant of the Portland metro area. Let's go south.
South.
Way to get recognized.
South waterfront.
The South Water, yeah. So this cool area offers water recreation, low-key urban green spaces, and dining, shopping, attractions all along the south waterfront there. One of our favorite family parks is Willamette Park, a 26.9 acre waterfront property, perfect for family fun. We take advantage of the tennis courts, the soccer fields, kayak rentals, stand-up paddle boards, tons of open areas, including Willamette River's unique houseboat communities, public beaches, bridges, and natural beauty. An amazing place to check out. We've even seen bald eagles there, ospreys, storks, and occasional wayward sea lion popping up there in the river. Those guys are so cute.
They're so cute.
South Waterfront is also home to the massive Oregon Health Sciences University Hospital Complex, and they operate one of the most iconic things in the Portland Metro, the Portland Aerial Tram. And this is basically a cable car, a huge open, I don't know, they could fit 20 people in there at a time. They're constantly running up the mountain from one part of the hospital up to the other. It's tough to park up there, so a lot of people park down in the waterfront and then tram up to work or to see their family if they're in the hospital. So Dar and I have found that the tram is busy during the peak hours, but so to avoid the crowds, we visit midday or on the weekend. Tillicum Crossing is a cool cable-style bridge spanning the Willamette River, and it's the only bridge in the United States dedicated to light rail, buses, bicycles, and pedestrians. No cars. So as we look at the map and we move farther out from the south area, we hit the close-in suburbs of southwest Beaverton, Tigard, Tualatin, and if you keep going out, you're going to hit some really cool wine areas of Sherwood, Newburgh. And if you keep traveling southwest on 99W, you will eventually hit some of our favorite Central Oregon coast towns of Pacific City, Lincoln City, and Newport. And if you make it there, catch our favorite family seafood restaurant, Kylo's, or the Pelican Brew Pub. I can already hear my golden retriever Leo packing his bags downstairs. He loves the beach, right? Okay, so continuing our tour of the west side of Portland, let's go across Burnside and then we hit northwest Portland area. And it's definitely another cool contrasting part of town, from the swank shopping and the dining centers of the central city to the exploding former industrial area of the Pearl District, now one of the hottest places in town. It also has natural beauty of Forest Park and everything in between. So if you're one of those families who are drawn to Portland for the region's natural beauty, Northwest Portland has a lot for your family. It holds the northern stretch of the West Hills. When we go downtown, we look up and you see the West Hills just overlooking the city, a big cliff where there's houses hanging off the edge, big mansion houses. And darn, I love to go up there and drive, and then we'll find little bistros and cool things that only those people up there know about. So West Hills is amazing. That's in Northwest. So if you're seeking more metropolitan experiences, you got to visit this quadrant. Like we hinted earlier, the Pearl District is home to stylish shops and art galleries, and maybe one of the most famous bookstores in the world, Powell's Books. We can go spend the whole day there. Good coffee, good books. Old Town Chinatown is there, which offers Portland's historic, iconic landmarks. And if the timing is just right, my kid's favorite thing, the Portland Saturday Market, just kicks off. Amazing musicians, jugglers. It's kind of like a circus down there on Saturday. Pretty cool place for watching people. The Northwest Quadrant is another cool, flavorful mix of modern and historical Portland. Nature, food, fun, and music. It's another one of our favorite neighborhoods. So if you want to live in the Northwest, but you want to stretch the budget a little bit, you might have to travel out from the inner city. You'll eventually hit the northern part of Beaverton, the city of Hillsboro, and this is where companies like Intel, Nike, and Columbia Sportswear, they call home. So if you keep motoring out even farther from there, you're going to hit the northern Oregon coast cities of Cannon Beach, Seaside, Astoria, and don't miss the 4.1 mile Astoria-Megler Bridge. Okay, so one of our favorite parts of town, often overlooked but sometimes called the fifth quadrant. North Portland encompasses a range of neighborhoods and commercial districts, including Cathedral Park, Mississippi Street, Williams, and the Kenton area. Attractions include the St. John's Bridge, I love that bridge, Portland International Raceway. And if you look here on the map, Northwest Portland kicks in here from Fremont Street, kind of north of Fremont, and includes some really cool, diverse, and gentrifying parts of town. It's become one of the fastest growing parts of town for millennials because they've discovered it has a ton to offer, but it also is a bit more reasonable in the expenses. So you can get a little cheaper place to rent there, but it's also growing as fast as any part of town. So just like the whole metro, it's just kind of booming right now. But two of our favorite streets in the Portland North area are Alberta and Mississippi. So Mississippi specifically, it's a street, about a 10-block street row of cool speakeasy type music venues, restaurants, clubs, bistros. It has its own kind of brick, old school laid back vibe, right? And when you go on the weekend, they'll be like lined with amazing, every 3 doors, there's a new band playing, and you just walk in, it's almost like going to the mall to hear the new bands. Pretty amazing place. The north part of town also includes amazing spots like Randall's Children's Hospital. Oh, thank you, Randall's. That was a place that saved my daughter Zoe's life when she was really, really sick. So big shout out to Randall's and all the people there. You truly work miracles, and you did it for the Walzwick family. So thank you on behalf of Zoe. So then the city moves north and swings out following the river to historic St. John's neighborhood. That's where you'll find the University of Portland, high up on a ridge overlooking the Columbia River and the skyline of the city to the south. U of P is one of the finest private sports and academic schools in the entire nation. It's a great perennial soccer program, great track and field and long distance programs. They're always in the national hunt for the top schools in the nation, D1. It's actually a pretty amazing and mind-blowing little small private school for the city of Portland. The caveat to U of P is that it's super prestigious, hard to get in, and that means money. So people will go there, either get scholarships or they have folks that are sponsoring them there. But an amazing spot. I actually call it the little mini Notre Dame. To me, that's kind of what it reminds me of. So go Pilots. Hey, a few blocks away from that is one of our favorite McMiniman's brew pubs at St. John's. You know, I wish darn I had time to tell you more about the whole McMinimums program, and we're going to do a whole video on that. But for now, I'll keep it short, and I'll tell you that this is one of the most unique and amazing secret bonuses of living in the Portland Metro. The McMinimums brew pubs and restaurants. For over 30 years, these two McMinimums brothers, they transform every location into a cool, funky, historic property with tons of stories of original architecture. The brothers have converted churches, schools, poorhouses, historic Elks clubs, mortuaries, and old flop house hotels into an empire of over 65 classy, artistic, and fun city destinations. It's something that no other city has, and we love to take advantage of that and kind of feel the vibe of each one. It's a little different, but it's also the same. So there, Dar, on the map, you can see how north area kind of runs cool, and up north along the topography of the Columbia River goes all the way up, and still in Oregon, to cool little river cities like Scappoose and St. Helens. Those little towns are still in the Portland metro suburbs. They're about 45 minutes away from the main city. And yeah, we've sold houses way up there. It's kind of a pleasure to drive up there along the river. It's a way up there, but once you get up there, it kind of feels like a different world. It's kind of quiet, and you're along the river, and lots of kind of family, cheap houses, but large lots. It's definitely a good place to stretch your budget and find an oasis. You know, if you're looking to stay in the Portland Metro, but you're looking for someplace off the beaten track, that's a good spot for you. Okay, since we're already speaking of the north part of the Portland Metro, let's talk about Vancouver, Washington. So the reason we say Portland Metro and Southwest Washington when we refer to our area is because functionally, Vancouver, Washington acts as the 7th unofficial quadrant of the Portland Metro. We have lots of friends who live in Vancouver and work in Portland, and vice versa. Yeah. Basically, we consider them living in Portland, right? Yeah. It's part of the metro. So we consider Vancouver just kind of an offshoot. Yeah, there is a huge river separating the two. But once you drive over there, you feel like it's kind of a seamless part of the Portland metro. And to be honest, Vancouver has grown to become its own strong city and destination in its own right. Now it has 180,000 residents and has the advantage of being situated right on the Columbia River, which offers a lot of great views as you're driving along anywhere in Vancouver. So one of the most impressive areas that Dar and I love is the historic downtown waterfront area with all the cool restaurants where we love to sit on the patios of the restaurants on sunny days, and we watch the huge barges go by coming all the way. They've been traveling thousands of miles, and they just drift by with a little rum. Oh man. Yeah, there's something relaxing about that. And then you're looking over the river back at Portland, you can see the little jets coming in silently. It's a cool place to hang out and have a cocktail. Hey everybody, so that is the end of the really cool, fascinating 7 quadrants of the Portland Metro and Southwest Washington area. Hey, if you just missed our video that we did before, flying over the whole state of Oregon, check that out at the link below. And for hanging out with us till the end of this video, Dar and I would like to offer you right now a newly published book. We just got a series done, and we're going to offer you our buyer's book that gives specific tips and tricks that we've learned over 25 years and 1,200 closed buyer transactions. So it'll let you know the pitfalls to avoid, and I think it's truly a value that you'd like. So let us know below if you'd like to have it in e-format, or we would be happy to mail you an actual hard copy book. So let us know below. Hey, and as always, Dar and I promise that unlike many of the Portland real estate gurus who make videos and refer out clients from other states, if you call Greg and Dar, you
get Greg and Dar.
You get Greg and Dar. So our amazing team covers the entire Portland Metro and the entire state of Oregon. So we vow, if you call us, that we're going to put you in the exact right city, the exact right neighborhood, at the exact right time and street, so your family thrives, lives cozy, and has a blast. So we know it can be overwhelming moving to a new state or new city, so we want you to know we have your back. And we promise, as always, you're going to be just fine.
You'll be just fine.
You'll be just fine. So thanks for spending some time with us, and as always, see you on our next video. And oh crap. Oh, our editor loves to put in the bloopers. I don't think we made any mistakes this time.
No.
Okay.
It's hard work.
Get down tonight. Woo! Get down tonight.
Okay, you gotta get busy.
Oh, shoot, you got kids, don't you?